Welcome to Makati in Manila, back in the capital after adventuring in the provinces and the islands here in the Philippines. And I'm with you today on a Wish You Were Here video. Do you wish you were here amongst the noise and the chaos? This is the heart and soul of Manila, often referred to, unfortunately, as the red light district, but it's home to a plethora of bars, lively communities, coffee shops, and it's generally a bustling hub here in Manila, capital of the Philippines. So I'm going to take you with me today down onto the streets, give you a bird's eye view of the city, and show you around, give you a real impression of what it's like to be here in Manila. I'm going to give you some information along the way, little tidbits that I've learned during my time here in the Philippines. And yeah, if you're watching this video from anywhere in the world and you're curious about coming to the Philippines, coming about to Manila, I'm going to show you here the heart and soul of the city. So let's go. Now, just for reference, if you've never watched one of these videos before, this is uncut. I'm not going to do any editing. It's 45 minutes, so you're not going to feel like you've been missold. You know, I'm not cutting out all the bad stuff. I'm just showing you the highlights. I'm going to take you with me the whole journey, starting right here in my hotel. So I'm currently in Gramercy, which is, as I say, in Poblacion. And it's not a hotel per se, it's actually like a condo building. So this is an Airbnb, this is the little bedroom. This is me on the TV, let me just turn that off. So this is a condo that me and Sam have rented. We rented it for 2 nights, and I believe the cost of this was somewhere in the region of 2,000 pesos per night. But it's been great. The bed, comfortable. I'm so happy with the bed, and we've got this little setup with sofa and a chair, kitchen, fridge, and then of course bathroom. Nothing special, but I'm going to take you down now because I'm checking out. Sam has gone to work. She's gone to the office in Pasay, which is over on the other side of the city. So I'm checking out today, and I too am going to be heading that way shortly. So it's currently just after 11. I have my key and card. So let's go. So this is a building full of condos. So you've got plenty here. Now, one thing here in Manila, there's an abundance of condos. It's pretty well known that, in fact, there's, unlike the rest of the world, more condos available than people willing to take them. So a lot of these actually sit empty. Now, there's various reasons for that, but I think one of the big reasons is because a few years ago, there was something here called pogos. Now, pogos were gambling syndicates, which I think mostly came from China. So gambling here in the Philippines, I think, don't quote me, but I'm pretty certain it's illegal. All right, we're ready to go. So, let's start this direction. Yeah, so what I was saying was, I think gambling here in the Philippines, it's not illegal because I know people do it on their phones, but anyway, there's something about it. All these Chinese companies came here and brought with them Chinese people, Chinese workers, and they needed a place to live. So they all occupied these condos. So then this building boom happened to provide units for this now new abundance of people. And then a few years later, they got outlawed. So they all had to leave. Leaving with them a lot of units and not enough people to occupy them. Now, of course, this is a very highly populated country. So there are enough people, but it's also a country of contrasts economically. That means perhaps not everyone can afford it. So a lot of these units sit empty. Hey. How are you? Friendly people. Yeah, so a lot of them sit empty. Doesn't mean they don't have an owner. A lot of them, you know, they might be owned by Chinese, Singaporean, other Filipinos, and they just let them sit empty, to be honest with you. But it means that it's very easy to find Airbnbs, things like that. Anyway, moving on. So here we are in Poblacion. Now, this is I think the oldest, I don't know the terminology for it, but the first kind of occupied area here in Makati. So Manila is like any city, is made up of different areas, Makati being one of them. Now Makati itself has the highest GDP of anywhere in the Philippines. It's the central business district, let's say. But of course Makati then itself has smaller little areas, Poblacion being the oldest. So the land where this is was originally owned by Jesuits. It's a Christian, you know, it's one of the arms of the Christian faith, Catholic faith, which of course stems from when the Spanish first came over here. So they owned this land back when it was essentially nothing. Would have been fields or forests or I don't know. Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
Celso.
Gelson?
You came from?
UK.
UK. Oh, you need the more beautiful places?
Oh, I just came now from Camiguin.
No, here in Manila.
Oh, here in Manila, yes.
I know how to take you there to the historical.
Oh, at Tondo and Intramuros and places.
Yeah, I know.
I've been before. I've lived in the Philippines now for 15 months.
For 15 months, but you know, I'm different.
You're different?
Yeah,
How
I'm
so?
different. I know all places of historical, the good one, the all.
Oh, well, right now I'm going to walk. Do you have like a WhatsApp or something?
Yeah,
I can
WhatsApp.
I can arrange something with you.
Maybe by 1 hour, I want 1 day.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I will message you.
Working time 8 hours.
No problem at all. I'll send you a message. Thank you. A lot of people say that, you know, like Manila is like really daunting, scary. You know, they high reports of crime. Internationally, it's reported that. So people kind of have this like stereotype of the city that it's like a scary place to be. You've seen straight away that like that level of like Filipino friendliness. So yeah, what was I saying before I got to this point? I don't know. I've lost my trail of thought. This is one of the oldest parts of Makati, which is this area of Manila. So it was originally owned by the Jesuits and the Spanish king, because at the time it was a Spanish colony. You got the sense that the Jesuits were growing in importance and influence, so he kicked them out, got rid of them. And so the land that they owned, it was taken by the king, and it was then sold. And eventually, some years later, it was sold to a guy called Jose Bonifacio Rojas. That family, to this day, still own much of the land here, because you might well know them better as the Ayalas. When he died, his heirs inherited it, and through various marriages with different families, the names changed, because what was custom was that when somebody was married, the children would take the dad's name. So various intermarriages with other powerful families, it became, the Ayalas, and they're the ones now who are, I think, perhaps not only one of the richest families in the Philippines, but one of the richest families in the world. So Manila, or Makati, and here in Poblacion, this area in particular, as I say, has a reputation for being the red light district. It's a bit of a seedy area, so people say, and that I cannot deny. However, I won't dissuade you from coming. I come here pretty regular. I like it a lot. But we're going to get into the history of how it became that shortly. But I'm taking you now onto what is Burgos Street. This is the prime party area, full of neon signs, Of course, you're not going to get the same impression of it now, but during the evening, this will be full of people, full of ladies of the night, if that's your thing, and lots of men coming up to you trying to sell you Viagra. So it's a place full of characters. Before we get into this section, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this road. I think this is Kalayan Road. Yeah, you see it here. Kalayan Ave. So this runs this way. Now, once upon a time, this was home to a tram, like a somewhat of a train line, let's say. And currently, at the minute in the Philippines, in the year 2025, the Philippines, unlike much of the world, frankly, it's not home to an extensive rail network, but at one time it was. In the late 1800s, when it was still under the rule of the Spanish king instructed a railway network to be built here. And he brought in English men, because of course the railway was created and designed and thought up in the UK. So English guys came in and they built this rail network that spanned all across Luzon and different parts of the Philippines, and unfortunately to this day it's degraded and mostly gone. But yes, once upon a time that was not a road, that was actually part of the rail network here in Manila. But this is Burgos, and as you can see it's full of characters, full of people, and this is one of the most famous bars, Filling Station. It's an American themed diner with all kinds of regalia and paraphernalia, Americana. Can't say I've actually been in there myself, to be honest with you, but this place is full of loud bars. I'll show you here now. This is actually one of my favorite places to come. You come here in the evening, get a table at the front, and you can just like people watch the street. It's quite interesting because you see the ladies working, and it's not my thing. I'm not going to judge anyone, but it's not my thing. But it's interesting to see the dynamic of the conversations, you know, when you get these people, men coming up to them and they're trying to like negotiate and trying to, you know, come to an agreement, let's say. So me and Sam actually, once upon a time, we rented an Airbnb up in this building, just purely so that we could like sit on one of these balconies and just people watch the street. Now, despite its reputation, I personally found, after traveling a lot of places in Asia, that this is actually quite tepid compared to, you know, places in Bangkok, soy cowboy places like that. People here are very friendly, and it's mostly isolated to this one street. Once you're gonna get off this one street, it's very calm. But let's take a little walk down here and we'll continue. But if you traveled in Asia before, there we go, look at this. If you've traveled in Southeast Asia before, you'll be very familiar with these types of surroundings. Just having a good snooze there, I reckon. So, how did this come about to become the seedy area of Manila? Well, it goes back to that story of Rojas, or Beneficio Rojas, and when he handed the land down through inheritance when he died to his heirs. So, as I say, this is the oldest occupied area here in Makati, and once you were outside of this area, it was essentially farmland, I think. Now this family, over many generations, started to develop the land outside of Poblacion. And in the 60s, these big buildings which come down here, they lead down to the CBD, the Central Business District, the finance capital of the Philippines. So they started to develop that area, and as such, any resources went into there, and Poblacion kind of got left behind. So there's your first step with how this place became a little bit run down, let's say. Now, fast forward a little bit, then you had the Second World War, and a lot of American bases here in the Philippines because of their colonization of the country. And around those American bases, you had leisure for the American soldiers, so that meant bars, pubs, restaurants. Hey! Basically things to keep the soldiers happy. And of course one of those things was girly bars. Girls for hire, shall we say. And that kind of business model spread. And it began to happen here in Poblacion. Lots of bars, people trying to find ways to make money. And because this area became known as kind of like the rundown area, it meant that the rents were cheap. So it was very easy for budding entrepreneurs, families to open businesses. And of course, they copied the trend of other parts that were going on in the Philippines of where foreigners were spending money, the American GIs. So they went with bars, they went with girly bars, and eventually it became, you know, an area bustling with liquor, with fun, and with ladies of the night. And still to this day, it has that reputation. But as you find in a lot of parts of the world with areas like this, these kind of slowly grow and develop and become the kind of cool, bohemian, hip areas. And that's what it is now, because you've got a lot of bars opening here, different kinds of restaurants, different cuisines. Like here, I'm not sure, is that Thai? Perhaps, I'm not sure, it could be Filipino. But there's Mexican restaurants, Japanese restaurants, there are American style pool bars. It's really cool in this area, is what I'm saying essentially. And of course there's lots of karaoke. Now that's not to say that this area doesn't have its problems. It's not to say that it's entirely 100% safe. It is a hub for criminal activity. And I have heard some pretty scary stories actually. So I was hearing one last night. One of our friends here, Max, if you're watching, he's from France. And he was telling me that whilst here last year, he made friends with this other guy. I think he was French as well. Anyway, this guy was a quite naive traveller. It happens to all of us. But he was befriended by these people. They said, hey, you know, we can show you these places. It's really cool. And he just thought they were being hospitable and friendly. And so he went with them. And then later woke up. Whoa, it's nearly, it was nearly a tumble. All right, well, so much for one continuous unedited video. The battery ran out. So I just ran down here quickly to my favourite coffee shop in Poblacion. It's good shit coffee. Recommend it, it's very affordable, high quality. That was a nightmare. When I actually began this video in the condo, I turned the camera on and it didn't turn on, there was no battery. I could have sworn I charged the batteries. So I put the other battery in, didn't pay any attention to what the battery amount anyway. So it ran out, I've just been in there and charged it, so we've got enough to finish the video. So let's continue with what I was saying. So yeah, this French guy, he got injected with some kind of drug, date rape or whatever, and it knocked him out. But before that, it made him very compliant, and they took him to the ATM, told him to put in his PIN, and they just withdrew like an enormous amount of money. I think they did 10,000, which was the maximum withdrawal, but they did it 10 times. Basically emptied out his account. Thankfully, the police ended up arresting the people because they were able to track his phone and match it to CCTV footage. Let's go this way. So there are isolated incidents like that. I've spent a lot of time in this area, and me personally, I haven't really seen all that much in terms of the way of danger, but like anywhere in the world, you know, have your wits about you. I did see one time, there was a tourist police kind of like checkpoint help desk in the street, and this guy was going crazy, he's waving his hands and he's trying to get the police attention, and he was essentially saying that a guy had pointed a gun at him in the street. So things like that do happen. Again, like, just have your wits about you, don't be an idiot. mostly be fine. There's obviously isolated incidents as well of like people having their phones snatched, bags snatched. So just again, like you would anywhere in the world, just kind of keep your eyes open. A funny one, well, it's not really funny, but when I was here last time, I was in a pool bar. I used to kind of frequent this bar, and the pool table's in there, and this guy comes and he wants to play on the table with me, because there's a different rule here in the Philippines. Like in the UK, once you're on the pool table, that's your table until you're done. Whereas here it's more about sharing, so if you're playing, it's kind of winner stays on. So I stay on the table, this guy comes to play with me. He's a foreign guy, he was British. Anyway, I'm not going to identify him too much, but essentially I could tell that he was nefarious, dodgy character. And it turned out that he was saying things to me like, you know, there are ways here to make money. You know, I've spent enough time in dodgy pubs and stuff in England and other parts of the world to know when I'm kind of, hey, how are you? kind of talking with a, you know, a character, let's say, someone who does nefarious things. And he repeated it, and I didn't bite. Later on, I found out that that guy was one of the heads of the mafia here in Makati in Manila. Foreign guy, but he's been arrested and in jail before for murder and other stuff. So yeah, there are definitely some seedy people around here. But as for Poblacion anyway, let's get back into the history of it and the interesting bits. So Poblacion, the name, you'll see this popping up all over the Philippines. A lot of towns and cities have a Poblacion. Now they're not named necessarily after this area, because that word is derived from Spanish, the word poblar, and that means to settle. So Poblacion basically means settlement. So anywhere that you had a city or a town, you imagine those kind of Spanish ones where they have a square, you know, the main area of like governance and church, and where they have town meetings and all this stuff. That's a Poblacion, settlement. So it signifies this as basically the oldest part of this area. Everything kind of spidered out and centered and started here. Now I'm just coming down here 1 second to show you something. This place, Insular Bakery, is actually one of the oldest continually operating businesses here in Poblacion in terms of restaurants. Now, it's not a restaurant per se, it's a bakery, but I think this has been going since the 1920s non-stop. So if you want baked goods, which is very popular here in the Philippines, give Insular Bakery a go. Now before we continue, I wanted to get water, but there's a massive queue of kids in there. They're on their school break. So let's carry on down here. Where are we up to in the video? Hey, how are you?
Philippines!
Philippines! Wow, it's noisy around here. Oh!
What's your channel?
The Wonder Life.
What?
The Wonder Life.
Wonder Life?
Wonder Life, you search it. Oh my.
You post that?
Yeah.
Wow!
Make sure you subscribe. Right. Let's carry on and get out this noise. Hey. You see what I mean? People are so friendly in the Philippines. And it's actually kind of a different experience for me right now in a way, because I'm not with Sam, because she's in work. Me wandering around on my own, I'm kind of going back to the OG, the original times on this channel. I kind of like it. I love traveling with Sam, don't get me wrong. But I enjoy this. You get kind of different types of interactions, you know. Very often if I'm walking with Sam, people tend to kind of leave me alone, and that's nice as well. But anyway, so this area, we're coming down now to St. Peter and Paul Church, and it's the oldest church in Makati, one of the oldest in Manila, in fact. I think the 4th oldest in Manila, and it was built in 1620 from the time of the Jesuits. Now the oldest church in Manila, and in fact the oldest church in the Philippines, is San Agustin in Intramuros. Intramuros, if you don't know, is basically what the old Manila was. It was the Spanish fort over on the other side of the city. So that one's the oldest, but this one here, again, very old, 1620s. And we're just here now. So the name St. Peter and Paul, this area, when it was owned by the Jesuits, it had a different name, and it was San Pedro de Makati. So here it is, the Church of Saints Peter and Paul, home of Mary, the Virgin de la Rosa de Makati. So that name, San Pedro de Makati, is because San Pedro, St. Peter. And as for Makati, it's thought that when the Spanish first came here, the original settlement of the locals, the indigenous people, was on the Pasig River, which just runs behind there. We'll go there in a minute. And when the Spanish approached them and said, "What's the name of this place?" they said in Tagalog some words that I can't pronounce, but the first word was Kumakati. And I think it translates as the tide is coming in, because it's on the river. And so from that, it's said that the name Makati is derived. So you'll see this is kind of very typical Jesuit style. I'm not going to go in, I'm not going to disturb people while they're praying or hanging out. But you'll see, it's very simple. It's very blocky. It's kind of built this very thick, dense stone. And ultimately designed like in a very Baroque manner. It's to withstand earthquakes and bad weather. And it's stood for 400 years here. Crikey, it's hot. Whilst I was sitting at the coffee shop, letting the battery charge, I was sat outside. And Manila has two types of weather. It's hot and humid, or really hot and humid. There's kind of no in between, unless there's a bit of rain, but it's so sweaty. So yeah, that's stood for 400 years. The oldest church here in Makati. Hey! So this part of Manila, it's one of the last remaining areas that still holds its kind of colonial era layout. All the like narrow streets, some of the older buildings. There are some buildings here which go back to the late 1800s, early 1900s. And it's a very vibrant area, as you can see. And that's kind of why I tried to make the point about this, you know, red light district. Yes, it is known as that. But to me, it's really isolated to that Burgos area. The rest of Makati, as I say, is very vibrant, very bohemian. Lots of different restaurants and cuisines popping up. It's a very cool area. So don't be dissuaded by all the things that you read online saying it's dangerous or it's dirty or it's seedy. Like, yes, it can be, but so can so many other places. So it's a fun place full of very nice people.
Are you a vlogger, sir?
I am, yes.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's called the Wonder Life.
Wonder Life?
Yeah, the Wonder Life.
I'm going
Hey.
to type it, so I'm gonna subscribe.
Okay, let's see if you can find it.
I'm going to take down notes, but because I don't have.
Okay. It's Wonder with an A, so the W-A-N-D-E-R.
No wonder.
The Wonder Life. If you just put the Wonder Life Philippines, you'll see I have other different videos from here. Are you from Makati?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
from Rockwell.
Okay, Rockwell is a very nice place. So Rockwell is an area that's kind of it's one of the fancy parts in Makati, right?
Alongside the BGC.
Yes, BGC. Yeah, I like Rockwell. It's very very clean and nice around there.
Especially in the bare months.
Okay.
Because they light up in the night.
Yeah. I seen from the rooftops here. You can see it very nice. They got a nice shopping mall there as well.
Yeah. It's it does have a luxury feel.
It does, yeah. Yeah, like if you come into Manila and you want to stay or perhaps live in a nice place, consider Rockwell because it's kind of fancy.
Stop.
Which way do I go for the river?
This way.
It's just this way here. What's your name?
I'm Raddy.
Raddy?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Raddy. Nice to meet you. I'm Wayne. Nice to meet you. Bye bye. You too. Right, let's see if we can go and find the river. Get across this road. I've never actually been down this side before, so this is new experience for me. Through here. You know which way I go for the river?
What?
For Pasig River?
Pasig River?
Yes.
You want to cross?
Yeah, I just want to see. Just want to see it.
Come here.
This way?
Just left and may pwede rin dito.
Do you know?
Here.
Here.
This way here? All right, thank you so much.
Beautiful.
I hope so, yeah. Have a nice day. Oh, God, I'm sweating, and it's hard work with the bag as well. Probably a bad idea wearing a really thick, heavy t-shirt. I wore this because it takes up a lot of space in my bag, and I figured that carrying my bag would be easier if it's not inside. It transpires it's just as hard because I'm sweating. Hello. How do I get to the river? It's all closed off. Some way to get to the river, or just here? Yeah.
Oh, you want the right? You want the road? That?
Okay. Is there a place to walk down by the river, like a walkway, or is it just this? I can ride the boat.
You can walk over the bridge.
Where does the boat go to?
The name of... Do you want to say English? There?
Where does the boat go to?
There.
Doors.
Where does it travel to?
Mandaluyong.
The Wonderlife.
Wonder.
The Wonderlife.
Wonderlife. I thought Wonder Pet. But it's fine.
Where does the boat travel to?
Mandaluyong.
Oh, it goes to. This is Mandaluyong here, though.
This is Poblacion.
But the boat goes to where? Goes to like Intramuros, or?
Oh, sure. There's you can ride in there.
Okay.
Like, I can show you the
Okay. Show me, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is the Pasig River. This way?
Yes.
Okay, I follow you.
You want to cross?
Hey. What's your name?
Also, my friend.
My name's Wayne. Nice to meet you. You on your school break?
Yes. Break.
How long is your school break? What time you go back to school?
No, uwian na namin. It's already time. Time
school day
already
finished.
Go home na.
So what time do you start the school?
12.
What time in the morning do you start?
We start at the 5:45.
5:45? Nice to meet you.
5:45 a.m.
Hello. I'm going to the boat here.
Yes.
Yeah.
She wants to. We are the kids there. See, it's for experience.
Are you there?
Yeah, mother Paco.
Are you all within Poblacion?
What's your page?
The Wonderlife.
Yes.
The Wonderlife. You just go YouTube, the Wonderlife Philippines, you find my videos there. We've got a crew now.
Wait for the boat to cross the boat, man.
Well, can I take the boat from here to Intramuros?
Yes. 5 pesos only.
5 pesos?
Yes. Here, Makati.
All the way to Intramuros?
Yes. Here,
Wow.
Makati. Go door, Mandaluyong. Here, Mandaluyong only. Pulu.
Oh, only Mandaluyong?
Yes, Mandaluyong.
But so I can't go to Intramuros from here. I thought there was a boat that goes down the river.
Oh, ferry.
Ferry?
You will take the ferry if you want to go to different stations.
So where do I take that from?
Ferry boat. There's a ferry station over.
Alright, you're back with me. The camera overheated and turned off. I thought it was an issue with the battery. But we're on the boat. So we boarded the boat on the other side of the Pasig River, and we're literally just going to cross to the other side. So it's a 10-second crossing. Only costs 5 pesos. From here I can walk down now, and we're going to take the boat, the ferry, down the river to Binondo or Intramuros in that area. This wasn't the original plan. We'll just go with it. Yeah, like I was saying with the heat, it's crazy. That's why the camera is overheating. Salamat. Thank you.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What are you buying?
No, it's okay. Only 5. It's good.
5 pesos.
It's only 5 pesos. It's okay.
Okay, thank you. And kind as well, eh?
Thank you. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We've got a whole congregation here of friendly, helpful people. Sam's gonna watch this video and she's gonna be like, what kind of day have you had? The idea was I was meant to just check out the condo and go to Pasay. This is the kind of videos I want to make. I'm having such a fun time. The videos here, these Wish You Were Here videos, they're meant to be 45 minutes. I've got no idea where the time is up to currently.
Sir, my only advice, when you ride the tricycle, the maximum payment is only 50 pesos.
50 pesos?
Yes.
Okay.
If it passes to 100 or 500, that's too much.
Okay. But where am I taking the tricycle to?
If you're going to
Oh, once I'm over there.
I mean, like, you're tired to walk, you're tired to ride the tricycle.
Okay, it should be cheap. He's getting a good wash over there. Probably why he's barking, he's jealous. He wants some of that water to cool him down. These places here, these are like normally food or?
Yeah, it's food.
Food, okay. Like a market.
Motherfucker! My friend.
Oh, this way?
We're friends.
These are your friends from school?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, she's calling us. Ay, day pala.
She's saying, what are you doing with the strange foreigner? They're like a water cleaning station here. British. I'm from the UK.
Can you teach me a British?
What do you want to know?
Good morning.
Good morning. In England, in the UK, we just say all right.
All right.
So if I see my friends, I don't say hey or hello. I say all right.
It only depends on the accent.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you say all right,
Yes.
they reply and they say all right.
All right.
Yeah. So from here, I take my boat.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Subscribe. What's your channel? Come to subscribe.
The Wonder Life.
What's your channel?
The Wonder Life.
Can we see?
Yeah, you find it now.
YouTube. Nakikita na pagmumukha ako. Kumbaga mukha akong bulbul.
So the
Wonder. W-O.
WA.
Wonder.
WA.
Yun, Wonder Pets.
WA. Watch. How do you go back?
Go back.
WA.
W-A.
A. That's it. N. D-E-R.
D-E-R.
Space. Life. L-I-F-E. So that one. Yep. And then
You're so cute, man.
this is my channel. So
Subscribe. The Wonder Pets. Yeah.
this is my
Subscribe.
channel.
Yes. We'll follow you.
Make sure you watch, okay? Hello.
Now
2:30. Oh, it's a long wait.
where goes there?
I want to go to Binondo.
Binondo.
But 2:35 is the next one. So that is like in an hour.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I will come back in a bit then and I will have a
No,
look.
no, sir. Explain mo sa kanya.
Sir, are you sure you want to take the lift to 35?
Well, it's 1 hour, isn't it? So
Yeah, are you sure? Because if you are sure, you have to register.
I have to register.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to decide if you're going to take the lift at 35.
Okay. Well, I will go and get water and then I will decide, and then if I decide to come, I will come back and register. Thank you.
Do you have a bottle of water? Do you like?
No, I will get from the shop. It's okay. Thank you. Oh, right. So the ferry is not for. It's actually an hour and a half. It's a little bit of time to wait. So maybe it's not a good idea for me right now. Chris and Carol were the ones who told me about this. You can take the ferry all the way down to the river, and although it sounds like a really fun experience, I think right now sitting and waiting for an hour and a half, it might be a little challenging. So I think with that, that was very full on. I was a little worried after the battery ran out that I wasn't going to have the same energy and enthusiasm because it's hot. But that was great. That's really kind of give me a strong pump for the rest of the day. So now, yeah, I'm going to leave it here. This has been Poblacion in Makati, Manila. And as you can see, very vibrant, very fun, full of incredibly friendly people. And yeah, as you can see, safe, warm, happy place. I love Manila. I really can't recommend it enough. So make sure you come, make sure you subscribe,